This is our thematic unit, Protecting Our Planet. I'm Victoria Henley.
I'm Elsie Bradley.
I'm Genesee Overker.
And this is second grade science.
This is just a menu of our project explaining who did what, and each slide is color-coded, so hopefully this makes it easier to follow.
This is our music lesson. The content objective is students will be able to identify ways in which recycling can be done at home. The language objective is students will be able to sing the recycling song, which contains information about recycling. And the activity is, as the students read and sing along with the song, they will participate in sorting a recycling bin. Students will sort paper, plastic, and tin into the correct receptacles.
For art, the content objective is student will be able to design a poster on the importance of protecting our planet from pollution based on the research done throughout the unit. The language objective is students deliver a presentation on the importance of protecting our planet from pollution by using the academic vocabulary taught throughout the unit. So in this activity, students will be broken into groups and they will create a poster advertising the importance of protecting our planet. Each group will be given a poster board and multiple supplies like construction paper, glitter, and glue, and they'll be allowed to decorate the poster however they choose. After each group has completed their poster, they will present them to the class, and we will later hang them in the cafeteria to teach other students the importance of protecting our planet. For science, the content objective is student will be able to create an action plan for water pollution within their community based on their experiment observations, and the language objective is the student will be able to actively participate in discussions about water pollution by using the academic vocabulary presented on the story cards. So this activity is called Freddy the Fish, and students will be broken into 4 groups where they'll be given a sponge fish, a plastic bowl, story cards, and 4 sets of pollutants. In groups, students will take turns reading the story cards aloud. After the card is read, students will add the pollutant to the fishbowl. This will carry on for several cards, and at the end of the activity, we will discuss our observations. We will conclude it by discussing ways we can help fish like Freddy within our community.
For the PE activity, the content objectives, the student will be able to identify recyclable items that are commonly thrown in the trash or outside in the environment, and the language objectives, our students will be able to write a list of the recyclable items and demonstrate to the class why each item should be recycled. For this activity, you'll need to get a checklist of recyclable activities and various recyclable items and then put them outside, and students will have a race to get as many recyclable items as they can, and the student with the most at the end will get a prize.
This is our technology lesson. The content objective is students will be able to provide examples of green activities that can help with pollution by creating a Prezi. The language objective is students will be able to write an informative slideshow on green activities that everyday people can participate in. The activity is, in groups of 4, students will create a Prezi presentation informing the class on activities they can participate in to help the environment. The Prezi will also include a sound recording of the students presenting the information. Lastly, the students will provide resources for the other students to use in future volunteering projects.
For the math lesson, the content objectives, our student will be able to identify recyclable materials found in the home, and the language objectives, student will be able to construct a tally chart while recycling in their home for a week. You'll send the students home with a recycling tally chart, and as they recycle in their home, they will mark off for each recyclable item. At the end, they will count them all up, and then the teacher will give them an average weight of each recyclable item. The student will add up the weight and present to the class how many pounds of trash they recycled that week.
For writing, the content objective is student will be able to identify pollution problems within the school and research ways to solve the pollution problems. The language objective is the student will be able to use the correct terminology and letter format to write a letter to the principal to fix pollution problems around campus. So in this activity, it will be completed over a multitude of days. The lesson will begin with students walking around campus and observing ways we as a campus are aiding in pollution. After this is completed, students will come into groups where they research solutions to our school's pollution problems. The lesson will end with the students writing a letter to the school's principal about the ways our school is aiding in pollution and the things we can do to fix them.
For our reading activity, the content objectives, a student will be able to understand the importance of keeping our water system pollution-free, and the language objective, the student will be able to explain what they learned about the river pollution after reading A River Ran Wild by Lynn Cherry. The student will begin They will need access to prior knowledge about water pollution, and we'll start a KWL chart. Gather students around the chart and ask for volunteers to share what they know about water pollution. We'll record the answers under the K section of the chart. After that, you'll read the book, and then we'll fill out the rest of the chart under the What We Learned section.
This is our social studies lesson. The content objective is students will be able to identify the causes and effects of pollution after reading an article. The language objective is students will be able to discuss the causes and effects that pollution has on our world. The activity is the students will read an article in Time Kids about pollution in our rivers. The students will then work in groups of 4 to discuss and fill out the cause and effect chart about pollution. Professor Ming gave us permission to only do 9 subjects due to our group only having 3 people. Each person in our group is responsible for doing 3 subjects. Thank you.